Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm filming this a little bit late, but I am doing my most anticipated book releases of 2020. So I don't normally do this video. I've done it a couple times, maybe once or twice, but I don't normally do it because I've never been able to put the pictures of the books on the screen, and so it just didn't seem as much fun. But I've been using a new editing software where I am now able to put pictures on the screen. So I'm not talking about all the books necessarily that are coming out this year, because there were a few that I was like, oh, this could be cool, maybe I'll check it out from the library. But these are kind of just the top ones that I will either be purchasing right on a release date or around release date, or checking out from the library whenever I want to. So those are the books I'm talking about today. I don't even know how many I have, but let's just get started with the video. So the first book that I'm going to be talking about today is Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in a new trilogy that follows the children of the characters in the Infernal Devices trilogy. I don't really know anything else about this book besides that, but it comes out March 3rd, which is really soon. It's like next week, and I'm in no way prepared to even read this book, so it's funny that it's on my list, because who knows that I'm actually going to get around to it. But I am anticipating it so much because I just love the characters in the Infernal Devices. But I definitely need to do a reread of that series before reading this one, because I don't remember hardly enough to jump into this series. I'll probably forget all of the characters, and I need to do a reread. But regardless, I know that this book is going to be good. I love Cassie Clare and all of her books, so I'm really looking forward to this one. The second book that I'm really anticipating is Only Mostly Devastated. I can't remember the author's name right now, but the cover's right here. So I don't know too much about this book, but I know it's kind of like a Grease retelling, but it's about two boys falling in love instead, and that's all I know about it, is two boys fall in love. It's a Grease retelling, and I'm looking so forward to it. Grease is an amazing movie. I love it. I love the aesthetic of the 50s and the idea of the 50s, and I love watching movies set in the 50s. I don't think that's what this one is, but I love Grease, and so I'm really excited to see a retelling of it, because I've never seen that done before in anything that I've read or watched. I'm really excited to fall in love with these characters in this story and just kind of see how the author goes about doing a Grease retelling. And this one also comes out on March 3rd. The next book is Imagine Me by Tahara Mafi, which is the final book in the Shatter Me series. So I absolutely adore this series. There is no surprise there. I have my paperback set right here. I have the hardcover set above me here. I just love the series so much. It's basically about a girl named Juliette Ferrars, and she has a lethal touch. So if she touches you, you can die, and she's been imprisoned for about a year before the government decides to take her into their own hands to kind of use her as their secret weapon. And the series is so different by the point that we're in now, but I just love this series so much, and I cannot wait to see how it kind of all wraps up. I know a lot of people didn't really like the previous book, Define Me, but I really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping that I love this one, even though I hate this cover with a fiery passion. I'm hoping that it looks better in person, but I really don't like this cover. But this book comes out on March 31st. The next book I'm a bit more apprehensive of, but still anticipating, and that is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is the Hunger Games prequel that has sparked a lot of controversy and conversations on book Twitter and whatnot. So this book basically follows President Snow before he is the president, when he is a teenager, and it's during the 10th Hunger Games, where they are kind of introducing the mentors for the first time. So President Snow has been chosen to be the first mentor for District 12, for the female of District 12. So I know there's a lot of controversy revolving the fact that this is about President Snow and how he's an awful dictator, and we don't want to read from his point of view, but I'm actually really interested and intrigued by the idea of the book being told in President Snow's point of view. I feel like if this book were to take place within the games like it always has been, it would be too repetitive. Already for Catching Fire, she had to change the game up to make it more interesting so it wouldn't be too repetitive, and I feel like if she were to do another book set in the games, again, it would be too repetitive. So I'm very happy that we're not actually within the games from a tribute, but instead seeing the point of view from the Capitol, because we didn't get that in the books. We got a bit of that in the movies. We got to see the bit of the Capitol's point of view, but we never got to see that in the books, and so I'm really interested to see how it's going to all go down, how President Snow is as a teenager. And I have complete faith and trust in Suzanne Collins that she's not gonna try to make President Snow out to be a hero of sorts. I don't think that's gonna be her intention at all. I don't think that's how this book is gonna play out. I think it's just gonna give us a different point of view into the games and into President Jon Snow, and I really enjoy villain origin stories, so I'm looking forward to this one. And this one comes out on May 19th. The next book is one that I'm like really excited for and really anticipating, and that is The Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Poston. This is the third book in the Once Upon a Con series, I believe it's called. The first book being Geekerella, the second being The Princess and the Fangirl. Two books that I adore with my like entire heart, and so I'm really interested to see this next installment, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I don't actually know the plot of the book. I don't know how it ties into the first two books. I don't know who the characters are. Like, I honestly have no idea what's going on in this book. I just know that I love this series, I love Ashley Poston, and I am just so excited to read this book, hopefully see some cameos from my favorite characters from the previous two books, and fall in love with the new ones, or maybe I've already met them. I have no idea, but I'm really excited. This cover is gorgeous and I'm so excited for it, so I'm pretty hyped. And this book comes out on June 16th, so it's a little ways away, but I'm really excited for this release. The next book is 10 Things I Hate About Pinky by Sandhya Menon. This is the third book in the Dimple series, I guess. The first book being When Dimple Met Rishi, the second book being There's Something About Sweetie. I haven't read There's Something About Sweetie yet, so I do need to read that one before this one, I would presume. So I'm going to get to that one hopefully very soon, but I don't actually know what this book is about. I don't even know who Pinky is. I don't know if she's been mentioned before. But again, I love When Dimple Met Rishi. I love Sandhya Menon's writing and her characters, and so I'm just really looking forward to this one for no other reason than it is Sandhya Menon and part of the Dimple series. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Also, look at this cover. She just like, this is how you do a real person like cover, okay? Like, Sandhya Menon has just won the lottery with this style of cover, which is something that people don't normally like, but I just think they're so beautiful, and I cannot wait to get this book into my hands. And this one comes out June 30th. The next book I don't actually know too much about, but I'm really looking forward to it, and it is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This is her newest adult book that's going to be coming out, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if she's any other books coming out this year, but regardless, this is like the book of her heart, the book she's been writing for like the past decade, or like thinking about for the past decade. I'm really excited about it. We don't yet have an official cover as I'm filming this, but hopefully we'll get one soon. All I really know about this book is that it's something about Addie LaRue being forgotten. Let me Google it, because honestly I want to give you guys a synopsis. That moment when it's already your last search thing on Goodreads. So it says, a life no one will remember, a story you will never forget. So it's France, 1742. In a moment of desperation, a young woman makes a Faustian bargain to live forever and is cursed to be forgotten by everyone she meets. Oh, I'm so intrigued by that. Thus begins the extraordinary life of Addie LaRue, and a dazzling adventure that will play out across centuries and continents, across history and art, as a young woman learns how far she will go to leave her mark on the world. But everything changes when, after nearly 300 years, Addie stumbles across a young man in a hidden bookstore and he remembers her name. Okay, that just made me 10 times more excited for this book, and this book comes out October 6th. The next book that's coming out is Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. This is kind of her dabbling her toes into a kind of contemporary book. It's not fully contemporary. I would argue that it's probably more like a speculative contemporary, kind of like in the vein of Adam Silvera's book. There's like a hint of like a fantasy type of element to it, but basically her first step into contemporary fiction for the most part, and it basically also, we don't have a cover for this one either, but this book is, from what I can gather, is basically about this person who can like grant instant karma on people. So like someone can like wrong her and she can be like, ha, karma, kind of thing. She has that kind of power. That's all I really know about it. But I love Marissa Meyer. I've loved every single book that I've read by her, and so I'm really looking forward to kind of reading a different type of book from her and kind of seeing how it goes. I think it's a series. I could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure. I remember her talking about it at her book signing that I went to, but I can't remember what she said, so I don't fully know if it's part of a series or not. But regardless, I'm really excited. I can't wait to see the cover for it when it's released. But this book, all that we know is that it comes out in November. As I'm filming this, there's no specific release date, but it comes out in November. And the last book, I don't have a title, I don't have a cover, and I don't even have a release date, but it's supposed to come out this year, and that is Untitled, Morgan Matson book. I'm pretty sure it's her, Morgan Matson's 6th, like her 6th book. She typically does a book every 2 years. and this one is set to be released at some point this year. I'm gonna assume in the later part of the year, like fall, winter time. I know nothing about what this book is. There's like no released anything for this book. All I know is that I love Morgan Matson, and the only book that I haven't really enjoyed by her was her last book, Save the Date. So I'm hoping that I enjoy this one more than Save the Date, because that one just wasn't my favorite. It didn't feel like a Morgan Matson book to me from what I typically expect from her. Not saying that it's a bad book, it just wasn't for me. I was disappointed, but I still like enjoyed parts of it. But I'm really looking forward to this new one, hoping that it redeems Morgan Matson, because she is one of my favorite contemporary authors and authors in general. So regardless of me not knowing the title, the cover, the synopsis, or like release date or anything for this book, I'm still highly anticipating it, but no idea when it's coming out. I just know that she's currently revising it. So hopefully it'll be in my hands before I know it, but for now I have no idea when it's coming out, but it's supposed to be this year, so hopefully it doesn't get pushed back or anything. So those are all of the books that I am anticipating for 2020, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a huge thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Comment down below your most anticipated book for the year 2020. Has it already come out? Because there were a few books that were going to be on this list, but because I'm filming it so late, they've already come out. But let me know what book you're most anticipating for this year. Subscribe if you have not yet already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!